Okay, hello you all. Tanya, chapter first. We are in the first chapter, and here in the first chapter, the Alter Rebbe, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi, the author of the Tanya, is throwing the bomb. Like it's a real new, innovative understanding of what is happening inside of me. Let's figure the problem that we're facing. What is the real problem of each one of us? Sometimes I'll give you an example. I can fall in love with my life. When I was 29, I thought my wife, she's still, don't catch me in the wrong way. But I thought I'm loving her so much, but in the same time, after a quarrel or something happened, I thought I'm ready to divorce. Let's split. She just, said to me something that touched my my ego or something else, and I said, okay, I don't want to stay here anymore. Something is not right here. I don't want this relationship. But you love her so much. How can you love your spouse and in the same time really want to divorce? How can this change be in such a quick way? Second thing, let's think about my day. Sometimes I wake up, I love everyone. I have my engine, my motivation. I really want to do, to develop, to organize, to push things forward, to discover my inner powers. After 2 hours, something happened to me. Two things happened together. I got a ticket. Somebody sent me an email that is canceling one of my lectures. Two things happened. I don't want to do anymore anything. I feel like I'm disaster. I feel like I'm not good enough. Nobody likes me. What will happen with me? So this dichotomy in my, let's say in my soul, but like there is a dichotomy in my life that sometimes I feel full of motivation, sometimes I'm lacking of motivation. Sometimes I want to do things and after 2 minutes I feel that I'm nothing. Sometimes I feel that I'm in a peak. I'm so good at what I'm doing. Everyone wants to listen to me. Then 2 minutes later, somebody said something, you're not good enough. Your English, it's lousy. Nobody can listen to you. I'm losing what? I'm losing energy. I don't want to push forward. I don't want to do things. And this quarrel usually happens where do we have those fights? In our thoughts. Thoughts are garments. What are garments? Garments are the clothes that we are wearing. And there are two ways to wear clothes. There is one way that you are in the center, your inner powers are in the center, and the clothes, the garments, are just, a way to dress. So in this way, when we are talking about a person that is inner powers, inner traits are in the center, and the clothes are secondary, when you meet him, when you talk with him, you won't remember even what he wore when you met him, because he was the thing, not his clothes. And there is the second way that you would meet someone, and what is in the center? What he is wearing. His clothes, his garments are the most important things. And garments in Hebrew called beged. Beged, it's like traitor. Beged, it's like clothes, but it's also a traitor, because the thoughts can trait me. I can think in a way, and if I would really believe to my thoughts, they can take me to places that I won't even imagine. They could convince me that I'm not good enough, that I don't have enough powers to change the world. Nobody wants to hear me. I cannot develop myself. I cannot reach the places that other people are there. I'm nothing. Or, in the other end, they can take me to an unreality place that I'm so full of myself that I think that everything is around me and it's all about me and I'm in the center and everybody likes me and everybody needs to talk about me and I'm in the center. So in my thoughts, there are those two movements that can take me to two different places. And there is a reason for that. Why our garments are liars? They are lying to me sometimes. It's not the topic of the first chapter, but the Alter Rebbe will talk about it in the future. And it's a very important notion. Don't believe your thoughts. Your thoughts are not your mind. Don't believe them. Sometimes they want to dress like they are you. They are your inner powers. They are your essence, but they are not. And they want to teach you. They want to convince you that they represent you, but they do not represent you. They represent things sometimes that are not connected to me. And I know after learning the Tanya, I know that was something that when I learned Tanya was made me so happy to know that I'm not the only crazy guy in the city, in the town, in this world. That each one of us, if I will penetrate into your mind, I know what is going on there and what kind of unbelievable thoughts each one of us has in his mind, in his thoughts, in his head. Why? Because the thoughts are always running. They're running without stopping. And there is a fight, a major battle. The major battle between what we will reveal in a moment is happening there. And we have to understand that. And if you believe every thought that you have, and if you feel that those undesirable thoughts that you have, those are the ones that represent your essence, those are you. And if you will respect each thought that you are having, if you will give her respect, then what will happen? It will control you. The thought will control you. Sometimes you have to tell her, dear thought, no, don't get into me. I don't respect you. I don't need those thoughts. They are harmful. They are not the type that I need in my life. Because if I let myself think about things that are not a part of my life, they will destroy me. It's like in marriage. If someone will let himself think, what will happen if I would add a different spouse? If I deserve someone else, I deserve different marriage. If I would think about it, what will happen? I won't be able to give myself to think that this is the right place for me. And this is the place that I should develop myself and work on myself. And this is the place that we should grow together. If I would add the doubt is something that kills us from within. So the doubt is the worst place that we can be in. And if I will let myself be in a place because of those thoughts, I saw something, then I thought to myself, maybe she is more suitable. Maybe with her, I will have better life. And it's a lie. It's an old lie. It's a lie that can destroy your life. And it could happen in your marriage, in our marriage, and it could happen everywhere. And I'm going to a party. If I would think their party is better, then I will never enjoy my party, the place that I'm in. And if I would think, oh, the children of my neighbors, they are great children. My children, oh, they're doing so much troubles. I'm facing so much difficulties. Then what is the result? That you have children that you don't really like, or you like, but they are destroying your life. They are making you miserable. You cannot appreciate your children really, but you think of your neighbor's children, and them you do appreciate. Why? Because it's only in your thoughts. You don't really know them. And the truth is that you don't really know and appreciate your children. So what if the Alter Rebbe is trying to say, let's push forward a little bit. He's trying to say that I know. We said that the author introduction that he has a solution. He has a way to explain to us what is happening in our psyche, in our mind, in our life, why we have all those struggles. Now is giving us the solution. And it's the beginning of understanding what is happening. And he's throwing a bomb. What is this bomb? He's saying, really? Hello, Yehiel, you are two. There is not only one Yehiel, there are two Yehiel. And those two Yehiels are having a very unique relationship between them. What does it mean that I have two Yehiel? There is one Yehiel, he's saying, and he will explain later in length. There is one Yehiel that is in the center. You know, in Freud's language, it's egocentric. In the Jewish language, that it reveals his being, his yeshut. is being. I'm looking for being. And when I'm looking to be, I'm always look for someone to approve me. Why? Because I need approval everywhere. Because only when someone feels something to me, I get my approval. And if someone needs my approval, I need to feel something to him. So the first soul that animates the body. So there are two sources of animation, of liveliness in the body. One, it's not only two powers that fights once against. It's not only mind and heart. There are two different um, types of sources of life, sources of animation that animates the body. One, it's the egocentric one. He calls it the animal of or the natural one. It's very natural. This one is connected to the body. The second one, it gives different kind of animation, different kind of power and liveliness to the body or to the human being, to us. And what is it? It's the godly soul, he calls it. And what characterizes the godly soul? It's that the soul looks for connection, looks for unity, looks for something else in our reality. Let's think about it. I'm working in the morning and I want to contribute, I want to give, I want to do, I want to develop, I want to listen. Today we speak about businesses and we do not speak about what is all business. All business is a business that always look on the Z, what is gaining, what its profit, what he is gaining, what the business is gaining from every act, from every product. New future business is talking about what? Giving value. Listen to modern mentors. What are speaking all day long? Give value to the community. Create community and give this community value. Without giving value to the community, you are like all business because you're thinking only about yourself. It's very egocentric business. Today you don't work like that. What is future business? Future business, I think, I'm creating community. And it doesn't matter if this community, it's a real one on web. It doesn't matter where do you find the community. It's a community of people that are connected to you in a way. And you suggest them what? You suggest them value. Value that can change their life, that can promote them, that can help them, that can make them better, in a better fit, in a better mental way of living. It doesn't matter in which area you are giving the value. You can make them better businessmen, better workers, in a better relationship. You make other people better. You make them better, not only their life better. So you are giving value to your community. And giving value, that means that the first thing that I'm thinking about is unity, giving, being a part of something that is bigger than me. When I'm doing that, I will get my money. I will get my revenue. The money will get to me. We'll find a way I will find a way to make money. That's the thing that the old new mentors talking about. They do not talking about how to do manipulation of the audience, how to manipulate the audience and give them something very, very small and then sell to them something very big. Those are the old, ancient ways of doing businesses and promoting and marketing. What do I mean to say? Those two ways, the old one and the new one, are also in our soul. They're also the manifestation of two souls that we have. It's like the first soul, the egocentric one, is called a king, but an old king, and a king that is doing undesirable things. A king that is not really a king that you would like. It's like an old and a bit crazy king because he's always thinking about himself. And the second one, the second soul, it's second because, why is it second? Because you have to work on yourself. It's not natural to find it, to let it manifest in you, to bring the light of this soul to your life. This soul is struggling against your natural tendencies. What he is saying, everything that is, let me rephrase it, in what is connected to our health, physical health, natural is good. you look at anything, and if you see in the ingredients things that you do not know, it's not natural. It's not natural. Don't eat it. It won't be good for you. When we are talking about mental health, it's the upside down. It's the opposite is the right thing. What does it mean? When we're talking about being healthy, mentally healthy, in your mind, in your psyche, being healthy, it's nothing. You have to postpone naturality. Nothing is natural in working on your soul, because when you are natural, that means you didn't make a walk. You let your natural attributes control you. You let your natural tendencies control you. You have. It's the same also in parenting. Also in parenting, everything that I'm doing, being a right parent is never a natural thing. And it's an old discussion. I told you I wrote the book, The Art of Elevation. And the main topic, the main idea is that we have to teach, to give our children tools in order to overcome, to win their natural tendencies. Because sometimes natural tendencies can take you to bad places, most of the time. Because when you are in the center, you will always get hurt. It's not about you. It's about your life mission. So the Alter Rebbe is throwing the bomb. He's saying it's not just, we are talking about two kinds of ways of thinking, perceptions that you can adapt or not. He's saying something else. There is something a lot more deep in our soul. There are two souls. There are two Yehiels. With this view, you can understand yourself. Why sometimes I'm falling in love. I'm falling in love. I'm full of love with my wife. And a minute later, and I remember those times, I can get divorced. Why? I love so much my children. And still I can send them to orphan house or to, I don't know why. I'm ready to kill them. Just somebody will take them for me. So there is like there is an inner real battle in me. It's not a battle of perceptions only. It's a battle of two ways to animate the body, two ways to live. And there is an endless battle between these two powers. But if I want to be precise, in the first chapter is only introducing those two powers that in me. And he's saying, good morning, come and meet what is happening inside. And he's developing these ideas with few questions and a lot of midrashim, he's getting deep into the Jewish psychology, Jewish teaching, Jewish literature in order to base his idea on a very good base. But the idea is that this is the first book that is pointing on. You could see books in the past, Sharek Dusha of the Holy Harari, which was one of the most prominent Kabbalistic teachers. Sharek Dusha, his disciple wrote it, Reb Chaim Vital, but he learned from the Harari, Chaim Vital. But the whole idea is that here there is something new. Here is saying it's real. It's real. Now you can appreciate yourself differently. Now I can appreciate why I'm trying to be a better person, and still I'm getting back to places that I don't really want to be there, and still I'm falling. I thought that I'm a kind person, but then somebody, and I could display in my life unkindness in a way that nobody could believe. And you could see great people that in some circumstances are acting in a way that nobody would believe that they are acting like that. How could? Even in the places, in holy places, you would see people that are very egocentric, that are acting in an egocentric way. And the opposite, you would see in places that you won't even think that you would find the moral behavior or things like that. And there you would find people that are acting in a different way. Why? Because really, in each one of us, there is two. There are two, two persons. And when you fall in love with your spouse, it means not only there is a great, there are a lot of great things that you can understand from this notion, that derives from this notion and changed our life. I can understand why I'm trying to grow myself up. And then a lot of people say to me, whoa, I thought I won the stress. I thought I overcome the depression. I thought I'm not in this place anymore. And I had a beautiful, a great tranquility for 2 months, 3 months, half a year. Now I'm getting back. I didn't think that I could be in the place that I was. How could I? And that's the good morning. It's an endless fight. And if you are not ready, and if you're not ready to understand what is happening in you, and if you're not ready to listen to those two voices, there will come the time that one voice, one power, one soul will lose to another. And it happens every day. So you can act like you are a righteous person in a way, but then this other voice will control you, will maybe, if we'll describe it better, will animate, will send powers, will send attributes to your body, will animate your body in a different way, in an egocentric way, and will control your perspective, your emotions, your thoughts, your whatever. And when you will let yourself, at the end, you will lose. Well, what does it mean? So when I know that there are two of me, I'm not. Uh, when I hear about someone that is so kind, someone so great person that felt from his place, and they published something horrible about him, I can believe it. Why? Because I know that in each one of us there is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You remember them? The one that is this doctor that is so clever, and the one that is a monster. So if to conclude, the Alter Rebbe is saying, you have a monster in you. You have a monster, and you have a righteous person in you. You have both of them. And now it's the whole book is about how could I handle those two? What is the right way to handle them? What each one of them give to me? Why do I have both of them? What's the reason? Why both of them animates me? And we should talk about animation, about the soul and the body and the way the soul animates or give life to the body. We will talk about it in length in the next lessons. But now I wanted to finish one idea. It's not only that I can understand myself better, I can also understand my spouse, we said, better, and my children better. Now I can understand why my spouse sometimes act like that, sometimes act differently. Sometimes we have, when my godly soul is being manifested and is being revealed, and her godly soul is being revealed, our connection is like, wow, we are looking for unity. We want to be only together. We are not fighting about small things. It's something else. But when um, when my egocentric soul, this soul is controlling my life, that means I don't really see my wife. I see what I get from her, what my interest from her. I love when she cooked to me. Oh, my wife, she's so feminist. If I will talk like that, she will kill me. But I love so much physique, and I love so much her beauty and what she gives to me, and that I am not alone. And I love my children because I'm not alone, and I have continuity, and it's all about me. The egocentric way of life has so many different layers and views and and faces, but it's all egocentric. It's all about me. And real unity, that I see my wife, I see her. I don't see the image that I want her to be or what I get from her. I see her. I see her soul, let's say like that. I see her character, unique attributes, unique merits. That's what I'm really seeing. So it's a different way of life. And when you can understand that you have those two pictures in your soul, now we can appreciate ourselves differently. Now I can understand why sometimes I want to conquer the world, but I'm still lazy and I don't push myself forward. Why I really think that I want to gain success in something, but I'm losing hope or belief in myself. And there are several of things that we can derive out of this understanding of those two souls that we have in us. And maybe I'll read the Rebbe language. He's saying that according to Reb Chaim Vital, there are two souls in each one of us. I will read later. I will add um, the text under in my site or under the video, and you could read by your own, even though you have to translate and to understand the language of the Tanya. And we said we are not running on the Tanya and learning every layer. We are learning the most important question that is trying to answer in the chapter. And I think it's more important because then when you are going back and learning again the layers, you understand what he really wants from you. And so we said there are a few things that we can derive out of this understanding that we have two souls. One of them, winning, overcoming one soul, it's always a temporary thing that you can gain. That means that you remember the ones that tells me, oh, I had no stress, and stress is more than idolatry. Now I have stress. What can I do with that? And you can win something only in this moment, winning every moment. What does it mean? That I cannot decide that I will be happy in 2 months from now, when I'll get my degree, when I finish homework, when I get more money, when. No, you can decide that you will be in a joyful state of mind. You could be happy. You could be gratitude. Only now. I can win the battle only now because it's an endless battle until the day will die. It's an endless assignment. You can never say to yourself, no, I'm not ready for this relationship with those two powers, those two souls that I have in me. And a lot of people does not like the idea of fighting all of the time, because fighting seems to them like I have to fight all of the time. I don't want to fight so much. I don't want to be in a place that I'm fighting. It's like, why life cannot be so more Yuli, more with tranquility, more calm? Why you have why the description of what is going on in me is like fighting? And the Alter Rebbe is saying, if you want, fighting does not mean that I have to fight like this, like be ready to fight. Fighting means that you have to be aware to what is happening and to decide and to take control. And sometimes winning, it's like in Tai Chi, you have to win without hurting. But without the consciousness of what is happening inside of me, you will lose. Without consciousness that you have now to gain control, to see what is standing in front of you, to understand with which soul you allow yourself which soul should represent you. Only then you will be able to overcome it. So we said the first thing that we want to derive out of this battle of the idea of two souls. One is that it's always temporary. All of our emotional state of mind is temporary. You can win, we can win only in this moment. Second, you cannot gain good life, true life, inner life, be connected to your essence, overcome the egocentric. And we will explain what's the problem with the egocentric soul in the next lesson. That will also be on the first chapter. You cannot win it without effort, without sweating. You have to bring effort to the table. Effort means, we said, consciousness, to be aware to what is happening in you. And you have to come to the arena without picking yourself up and being ready and get to the fight and come to the fight. You won't succeed. That's the third thing. And maybe the last thing that we should emphasize, that there is no default in us. There is nothing damaging us. We are not wrong that we are falling, that we have anxiety or faults or desires or conflicts, or we don't have confidence or belief, or we do not believe in ourselves, or we are confused, or we have all kinds of thoughts that controls us. It's not that we are damaged. This is something very natural. This is the way that we were created in order to overcome. The world has been created unfixed. And the great human handover, the great human challenge is to fix, to correct the world and ourselves. And so we have to do it every day. That's why we are alive. And everything that around us, what we are working, our career, what we are getting, our houses, our marriage, it's all a way, a place, an arena where we can change ourselves and what? And manifest a good relationship that we'll describe in the future, a good relationship between those two souls. Okay, let's leave a few ideas for our next meeting. You are more than welcome to subscribe to our channel in English. It's a developing channel, and I told you, it's like we're trying to upload ideas and notions from the Hebrew channel, and I believe that at the end we will succeed, and I will enjoy very much if you will join me in this journey. And I hope that once a week I will be able to upload a video. Until now we succeeded, so let's wait for in the next lesson, in the next talk about Tanya chapter 2, we'll talk about Tanya chapter 1, we'll talk about different personalities that stems out from those two souls that animates the body. See you next lesson.